The thing is, a lot of people don't want to get to the destination because they feel like if I get there and it's over, my life will be empty again. So they kind of keep sabotaging the destination. The twist here, the key here is to realize that destination is like a tiny dot on the spectrum. So getting there doesn't mean anything. There will always be so much more. The thing is that very few teachers teach at that level. Very few teachers know true infinity and can teach true infinity. Most people will create rationalizations and teach rationalizations, and that is what keeps people in that box. And then they're like, well, if I understand what infinity is, the game is over, and I don't want the game to get over. So let me just keep procrastinating and you know sabotaging unconsciously. If I consciously realize that infinite is truly infinite and there is no end to this game, I will not stop myself from achieving whatever I want to achieve because I know there is always more. And this is not about the achiever mindset. The difference is that the achiever mindset, you never enjoy the achievement and you never enjoy the process. It's only looking at the next achievement. When you're playing a truly infinite game, you enjoy the process because you're not worried about time running out. You enjoy the achievement because you can celebrate whatever you have. And then, when you have truly incorporated that, truly enjoyed it enough, feeling content, then you go to the next challenge, the next game within the infinite game. So people, like they intentionally go slower than they need to. This is not about going fast. The key insight here is realizing that you may be sabotaging because you think that getting what you want will result in feeling what you have been feeling always, feeling the emptiness. People want to achieve things to feel contentment, but they realize that whenever they achieve something, what they feel next is emptiness. And that achievement is never going to give you contentment at that deep level. But when you find that contentment within yourself, then you really enjoy achievements. This is something which I learned from a history of addiction. I used to have, I used to have, and this is something again people don't believe. People think once an addict, you're an addict for life, and there is no such thing as healing. I don't agree with that perspective. There is such a thing as healing. And I used to have a hyper addictive personality, which means that I could get addicted to anything instantly to extreme degrees. For example, when I started smoking, I resisted it for 16 years. But when I tried my first cigarette, I loved it so much that I smoked, I think, maybe 5 cigarettes on the first day. And by the first week, I was smoking a pack a day. So that's how I used to be. So I understand addiction very intimately. And I also understand that what it takes to heal addiction. Why did I step into this? So I know addiction deeply, and I know what it is to be addicted to work, to substances, to food, to television, porn, whatever, gambling, like most addictions that people have. I had all of them. And my realization was that it's not something I need to stay away from. Once I healed, I realized that the temptation has disappeared. I feel deep contentment within myself. And now, when I experience something which I actually like food, I deeply enjoy it. Earlier, I used to eat compulsively. Now, I eat and I enjoy what I'm eating. But I never worked on healing my food disorder. I never even considered I had an eating disorder. I healed other things which just automatically resulted in my eating disorder being healed. For me, addiction, depression, anxiety, these are symptoms. And I don't work with symptoms. I work at deeper layers and symptoms disappear. So the same goes with achievement, achieving things. When you're doing it to fulfill that hole within yourself, you will never really enjoy it. Something will always feel missing. But when you have tasted contentment and when you experience lasting contentment, then you truly enjoy whatever is happening. You truly enjoy your achievements. You truly enjoy eating. You truly enjoy the material pleasures. When I bought a toaster, a grill for the first time, I was overjoyed just having a grill. And I did not understand why. That was the first time I realized I am actually enjoying something material. Just the ability to be able to make a grilled cheese sandwich for me was joy. There was joy in that. Earlier, I would have just seen it as a utility or tool and would have paid no attention to it. But seeing that toaster arrive and making my first sandwich was pure joy. And that is, it may seem like a ridiculous example, but the same extends to things like cars, houses, relationships, people, whatever it is. We are always trying to fill these holes, but you will never enjoy it. Enjoy is very different from just being happy. Enjoy is very different from just pure hedonism. To truly enjoy something material, you have to be fully here. You have to be fully present. You have to be fully in the experience. And this is something most people don't have because they're very disconnected. And they cannot be present because it's too painful to be present. But once you've healed the pain, once you've healed the trauma, you can be truly present. You can be fully present, and in that, you will enjoy whatever is happening. So, I am not an uh, I'm not an ascetic. I have not renounced worldly pleasures. I deeply enjoy my worldly pleasures. I love my TV. I love Netflix. I love my car. It's just that I'm not addicted to them anymore. I enjoy them while I'm experiencing them, but I have a lot more in my life. And I have myself beyond my life circumstances. And I just truly enjoy me, just the experience of being alive.
I also was laughing a little bit inside because I had this yesterday I went round Gret's and she ordered a grill, a toaster grill thing. And she was showing it. It was the George Foreman grill. And I was looking at it and I was like, wow, this is so cool. I think I might need to buy one. And she was like, I'm so excited by this. We couldn't stop talking about it. So I understand the grill, the toaster grill thing. It's amazing.
Yeah. But the difference is that I enjoy it to this day. I appreciate it to this day. I think this is something that happens to a lot of people is that when they buy something new, there is that new toy effect. There is that excitement, and then it fizzles out because they realize that that new toy is not giving them the contentment. I love my grill till today. I love my appliances, my technology every time I'm using it. The difference is, as I specified, lasting contentment. And this is something I became aware of only a couple of weeks ago. I was literally tasting lasting contentment. And it is something I realized I have not experienced for a long time in my life. I would experience contentment and then I would go out of the experience. But now I feel content as a state of being. And in that, again, the level of joy in something is just indescribable, because no matter what you're doing, you already have what you need. You're not doing it to fulfill a need. Many people may find this weird, but sometimes I just forget to eat, because eating for me used to be something habitual, used to be something to repress my emotions. I would be eating all the time. Now I eat when my body truly feels hungry, and I don't think about eating at other times. But I was a person who would be eating all the time. So to not be thinking about eating is for me something very weird. To not be thinking about food until I actually need to, until my body really needs it, is something completely different. And this obviously, applies to many things in life. Like, a lot of the times we are thinking about things, we're thinking about our goals, achievements, or how I have to complete this project. Sometimes I imagine once you heal, you just don't think of it. Like, I don't think about my work and my goals and my projects all the time. I know what I want, I know where I'm going, but I focus on it when I'm working. The rest of the time, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. A lot of the offerings out there teach people how to cope and manage with their problems, whether it's addiction, depression, anxiety, whatever you want to add to that list. Most of the times, people are giving, or professionals are giving people tricks to either cope, to manage, to dodge, avoid, get around the problem. I work with people to get to the root of the problem and heal it, so that you don't have to ever spend any energy or time again in dealing with it, not in coping with it, not in managing it, not in getting around it, not in compartmentalizing, in forgetting about it. It's done so that you can use that energy to do whatever else you want in life.